some new music to talk about briefly. I just wanted to spread the love and kind of get it out there so people can maybe go check it out for themselves. And that album is Gamla Kyrkogatan. I know that's a mouthful, but that is the new album out of veteran rapper Stalley. If you're unfamiliar with Stalley, Stalley is a vet rapper out of Ohio. He's been active since '08. He used to be on Rick Ross's MMG from 2011 to 2017, but mostly has operated under an independent space. And I just think he just does a brilliant job from operating from that independent space. I think that he knocks these albums out of the park. And I'm a big fan of the new work that he's got here. Stalley is one of those middle ground rappers where, he's had his fame and he's seen those success levels, but now is, settled into his career. He's been in it for over 10 years and has figured out a way to make money outside of the limelight while continuing to make music that's true to him, which I love. And, one thing I love about hip hop is I think that hip hop has one of the most thriving underground spaces that there is. There's opportunities to make money outside of the charts. You don't have to chase Billboard in order to have a career. It depends on what you, I guess, consider success. I don't think that all of these guys aren't, making Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole type of money, but there's ways to feed yourself and feed your family being an underground artist in hip hop. Stalley, for example, definitely did some work with video game stuff and has made some money in video game placement stuff and making, making music for, TV shows or stuff like that, writing for other things. It's not just, Billboard charts. That's not the only thing that people chase after. One of my favorite artists of all time is Odyssey. He does the same thing. You can make your money other ways and still have a life where you're not this big, famous celebrity. But Stalley, he got signed in 2011 with MMG, but his debut, Ohio, didn't come out to 2014. And then 2017, he went independent. So I think that Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, was the only official MMG album. But Stalley's one of them dudes like Boldy James or Currency, where they are just like, their work ethic is crazy. It's just super prolific artists. And, Stalley, I think to date has, 26 projects on streaming alone. And he's been out since, like I said, active since '08. So that's super impressive to me. Boldy James is definitely one of those dudes that also does the same thing where it's like just projects nonstop. And, I think it's a good way to be because you don't necessarily, it's not like the fans have to rush to get to them. They can get to them on their own their own accord. And I think Stalley has been killing it with that. And one thing that I really love about Stalley's new album is it shows a lot of growth and maturity to me. He's got some really jazzy, awesome beats on this project over some really beautiful samples and instrumentation. And I like the lyrical content too, because he's definitely talking about growth and maturity. And he is kind of in his, I think Stalley is either in his late 30s or early 40s, kind of in that kilt to where you want to hear that out of those kind of artists. You know what I mean? Like I want to hear artists in their 30s and 40s giving you gems, giving you not life advice, but just giving you something you can walk through life with. Because if you're a late 30s or even mid 30s to early 40s rapper and you're trying to make music that appeals to 20-year-olds and 25-year-olds, I think that's so fraudulent. And it's kind of strange too. It's like, why are you trying to relate to these kids and stuff? I don't know. I just don't get it. So I'm much more appreciative of artists that as they get older, their music has growth and maturity and changes, because that's what I kind of need. I need something more from the artists that I listen to. But one other thing before I go that I wanted to mention here quickly about Stalley would be this project that he was a part of, just featured on one song that I also would like to promote here. The project was kind of a super group called R plus R equals Now. It was kind of like a jazz supergroup, and I'll read out the personnel that was in it. It was Robert Glasper, Terrace Martin, Christian Scott, Derek Hodge, Taylor McFerrin, and Justin Tyson. And he was on this song on there called Reflect Reprise that I just think is one of the dopest blends of jazz and hip hop. Like that's some of my favorite type of music is jazz and hip hop that are influenced by each other. I just think that's such a just a brilliant sound. I just think it sounds so amazing when those two forces combine. And Stalley he just knocked it out of the park on his verse. That's so I just wanted to quickly shout out those guys. They're some of my favorite current jazz cats. Robert and Terrace, those guys are nonstop with their output. And I think they do a great job of bringing new generations to older jazz music because they definitely have, for me, through their love of hip hop as well. That's a great way to bring younger people into jazz. So that's what it did for me. But that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to quickly come on here and promote this Stalley album because I just think he's one of the true talents in hip hop. And I think that us on the internet, we got to promote these artists that aren't getting talked about in these mainstream media spaces. So that's why I wanted to jump on here and do that today. That's all. I'll be back on here with some more. I want to listen to this new Youth Lagoon album, and then I'll probably come on here and talk about that a little bit too. All right, peace.